Sylvain, what do you expect for this new era, new season, new cars, new format of Formula E races?
First, good morning. Look, I expect a lot of things, you know, like it's a new, as you say, it's a new car, new regulations with a timed race. That's probably the biggest change really in terms of sporting regulations. So, you know, even though we don't have a pit stop anymore and we're going to do the whole distance, I expect actually things to happen. I'm not too sure what, but I'm briefing my team to not be complacent and try to think about all the possible scenarios, because if we have a safety car, if cars going off track or whatever, it could change the look of the race quite significantly. And then, as always, it's about the best use of energy and being as efficient as possible. But if you don't really know necessarily how many laps the race is going to be, then how do you do that, right? So there's a lot of work behind the scenes to try to run the race in the most efficient way possible.
Which has been the most difficult things to develop of the new car? There are new brake-by-wires, new tires, a lot of things. What has been more complicated?
Yeah. Well, Audi have done a fantastic job. I think we'll see. You know, the proof will be in the pudding this season. But the most difficult thing simply is that you're always trying to improve the efficiency, and it's getting difficult, right? From season 1 to season 2, it was not so difficult. There were some big gains to be found, but now we're getting to a point where the cars are so efficient. They, you know, finding the little extra margin that will win you the race is really difficult. It's not just the components; it's the overall system integration and how you design the whole car. So that's what's really difficult. Brake-by-wire, for sure, it's the big new thing, which will play a key role in performance, for sure, because improving your braking adds lap time directly, so that's going to be important. However, a lot of teams around the paddock have good experience with brake-by-wire, so for sure it's not going to be perfect straight off the bat, but I'm hoping that after a few races it's going to be very finely tuned.
And it's true that the new car gives more job to the engineers more than drivers?
Well, yes and no. The new cars are for sure a lot more complex, which is good. It's what Formula E was always trying to do. You know, it's a technology championship, and
all growing.
Yeah, and we are improving the technology of the cars. And as I said, to make these cars a lot more efficient, it's the hardware, you know, the motor, the inverter, but not just that. It's also the software aspect. So that is getting a lot more complex, and for sure, then creates a lot more work for the engineers. However, it's not easy for the drivers at all compared to before. The cars are still rear-wheel drive. There's still no traction control, and they are powerful. You know, they are a tiny bit heavier. They are a lot more powerful. So as before, these cars are very difficult to drive. The brake-by-wire will help on the braking phase, but anything else, the cornering, all the chicanes and all these things are going to be very difficult. So no, I think it's just more difficult for everyone. But that's good news, right? That's what creates unpredictability. Which means, you know, you don't know who's going to win the race, and I think that's good.
The organization of the team in the garage changed a lot since the last year. Now with just 2 cars and no 4, and with other things that you not do more, and other things that you have to do now.
Yeah, actually, almost not at all. Very, very, very few changes. Our team is almost exactly the same as last year, because sure we have two fewer cars, right? 2 instead of 4. But these cars take a lot more time to be prepared, right? So we have the same number of mechanics, and then the same kind of organization for the engineers. So what the people do is a bit different, because the car is different. We are using different software, different strategy, and so on. But the number of people and what they do is almost exactly the same.
Thank you very much, Sylvain. Good luck for all season. Of course, with Electric Motor News, we will follow all Formula E races.
Thank you. Pleasure. See you soon. Thank you.